Well, I'm back on the big loch today. The wind's much lighter, but it's coming out the northeast, so I'm going to head along this bank here, see if I can find a sheltered spot to fish. Yet again, the far bank looks better, but I'm going to start here anyhow. I haven't got that 9-foot 5-weight max catch fire stick with me today. Rather, I brought my 9-foot Sage Z-axis 4-weight, which is a nice rod for these lochs. I also haven't rigged up with any flies yet. I'm going to go down to the water and see what's happening first, and then decide what I'm going to do from there. We appear to have a helicopter hovering on the far side of the loch. Goodness knows what's going on there. It's maybe the bailiff checking permits. No, it's off. Well, I've had 3 tangles to sort out in as many casts, so I've got to get Mark together here. There are a few fish rising, so I'm just going to try covering this one here and see what happens. Oh, there we go. A wee tiddler. They certainly fight well for tiny fish. Come. And that's on the old faithful Dunkeld. Fishing with a Dunkeld and a Greenwell spider on the dropper. Right, oh, that's another one, and it's away. Fishing with a floating line and a furled leader, which I haven't greased up, a 5-foot furled leader. So it's sinking quite fast, so that's acting like a sink dip. Plenty of fish rising all over the loch now. It's absolutely flat calm. Right, I've covered that one. Assuming it's still in the same place, of course. Another touch there, which I missed. Oh, there we go. They're just taken right under the surface. Just a tiny wee one, and that one's on the Greenwell spider. I'm fishing barbless hooks, of course, which in theory should make it easier to unhook the fish, but for some reason it doesn't always. This hook's still got a good grip. I don't know what the head of fish is in here, but it must be absolutely colossal. This is a big loch, a really big loch. There are just fish everywhere. It's that helicopter back. I've got no idea what it's doing. Fly up and down the loch. It's like it's looking for something. I noticed there was some canoeists out in the loch there, and I'm pretty sure that's not allowed here, being a public water supply. Maybe they're chasing canoeists. I was going to move, but there are as many fish rising here as anywhere else. Completely flat calm now. It can be tricky when it's like this. It's dead easy to spook the fish with a clumsy cast. Of course, you see a fish rise and you cast it, it's not necessarily going to be in the same place as it was before. That one took quite deep. And that was on a Dunkeld. Typical fish for here. Yeah, the furled leader on the floating line, the unginked furled leader, works great as a sink dip. Really very, very effective. My goodness, it's a noisy place here today, with cars, canoeists and helicopters, and of course splashing fish. Kind of broken the peace of the place a wee bit. I'll have a wee shift, just move a bit further up the bank. So I don't think it really matters too much where you are, there are fish everywhere. But with these wee wild brownies, you're better not to stay in one place too long. Move around a bit. This is a nice looking bay here. We'll give that a crack. I don't know if you can see, but there are just rings of rising fish everywhere. Incredible. A couple of casts across this bay. That air is still so cold. Oh, another touch there, quite deep down, which I failed to connect with. You can see just a trace of ripple beginning to appear out in the middle of the loch again. So I wonder if that's a sign that the wind's the way to get back up again. I kind of like it the way it is, to be honest with you. There's always a temptation to try and cast further and further, but you don't have to. 30 or 40 feet's all you need to cast here. And just because you see fish rising away up in the middle of the loch, doesn't mean there are none at your feet. The fish just rose there about a foot out from the bank. It's probably gone now, but I can't resist a cast. The fish are rising quite close in here. It just feels a little bit colder now. A bit of chill in the air, and it just, I wouldn't say it's died a death, but it's certainly not as good as it was earlier on. Well, I've just been back to the car to have some lunch, but more than that, to get some more clothes on. I was beginning to feel ridiculously cold. So that's me back now, and I've got a down jacket on. A freaking down jacket. It's the middle of May. My goodness me. What a spring this has been. Anyway, mustn't moan. Or as it say, mustn't grumble. But my goodness me, I was shuddering with the cold there. Almost hypothermic. Anyway, we'll have another crack. See how it goes. I don't know if you can hear the cuckoos calling from over on the hillside there. This is a really good place for cuckoos. There's the feathered ones, and then there's the ones standing in the water grumbling about how cold they are. I think they're the real cuckoos. Oh, there we go. Now that was satisfying because I saw that fish rise and I covered it uncharacteristically perfectly. Again, I was talking earlier on about the need not having no need to cast far. Sorry, well this fish was just a couple of rod lengths away. God, it's all tangled up in the leader. Oh my God, this could be a mess. Yep, I think it's out, but I've got a bit of a tangle to sort out. It's a really green fish. Well, the tangle came out quite easily, but I'm getting in an awful lot of tangles today. I'm fishing with wet flies, quite heavy flies, and the leader material I'm using, it's 5X Rio Powerflex, which I think is too soft for wet fly fishing. It's great for the rivers, for the dry fly and for the nymphs, but for this kind of fishing I seem to get in a heck of a lot of tangles using it. Possibly better just using something stiffer like Maxima. Or maybe it's just my casting. You've kind of got to keep your eye on the water all the time. These swallows are nipping in and taking flies off the surface. And if you happen to be looking in the opposite direction when they do that, and then you turn around and you see the rings, you go, oh, there was a fish, but no, it wasn't, it was a swallow. Or a martin, or whatever they are. Oh, oh my goodness me. And it's off. Well, I've changed over to a single dry, a size 12 elk hair caddis, but with a black hackle. I'll just give that a go because I won't be staying much longer. So I'll finish up with that, see if I can get a fish on that. It's so difficult to see the fly. The choice of fly, it's got more to do with how easy it is for me to see it, and I'm even struggling to see this one. So much glare off the cloudy sky. Oh goodness me. Saw it rise, I cast to it, I hooked it, and it got off. However, it has proven that they're going to take that black elk hair caddis, at least that one is. It's a bit like looking for a needle in a haystack, this, when there are few fish rising. You can just cast out and leave it and hope that something passes by. It's better if you can target an individual fish, but there are not huge numbers rising. So it's making it quite difficult to do that. It's on calm days like this, calm windless days, when you realise what a noisy place the world is. Even in a peaceful glen like this, there's noise everywhere. Farmers on quad bikes, tractors, farm vehicles, sheep, cuckoos, canoeists paddling, fish jumping. It's just noise everywhere. We're in a sad place when a good, honest-to-goodness waster like myself can't get a bit of peace and quiet to go fishing in. casting to a lot of these fish, the chances are they're not in the same place as I saw them. They're cruising around. It's quite difficult sometimes to determine which direction they're going in, unless they're rising steadily. See, that was probably the same fish. It rose there and then over there. I just saw one rise over there. If you enjoy these videos, you should check out Philip's channel, where the approach is similarly laid back. Philip's from Northern Ireland and he fishes a lot on the Isle of Lewis. His style's very understated and soothing. Anyway, the channel's called Caorach, and I'll leave a link in the description. It's really worth checking out. Well, it seems to have died a bit of a death, so I think I'll just wrap the video up there and say bye for now, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching.